the early 18th century, the seas of the Atlantic became a hunting ground for merchants, empires, and outlaws. This was the Golden Age of Piracy. European powers battled for wealth across the oceans, shipping gold, sugar, weapons, and slaves between continents. But amidst this chaos emerged one name that would become the very symbol of pirate terror: Blackbeard. Born Edward Teach, likely around 1680 in England, little is known about his early life, but history would remember not his origins, only his legend. Teach likely began as a privateer during the War of the Spanish Succession, legally raiding enemy ships for the British Crown. But when the war ended, many privateers were abandoned, jobless, armed, experienced. For men like Teach, piracy became the natural path. He joined pirate crews operating in the Caribbean, quickly gaining a reputation for intelligence, fearlessness, and brutality. Under the mentorship of famed pirate Benjamin Hornigold, Teach learned the ruthless economics of piracy. But Edward Teach was destined for more than service. He would become king of fear itself. After capturing a powerful French slave ship, La Concorde, Teach transformed it into his flagship, Queen Anne's Revenge. Armed with 40 guns, it became one of the most feared vessels in the Atlantic, and Edward Teach became Blackbeard. With his massive, dark beard, slow-burning fuses woven into his hair during battle, and terrifying appearance surrounded by smoke and fire, Blackbeard crafted an image of pure nightmare. He understood something many feared men do. Terror is a weapon, and he wielded it masterfully.
Blackbeard's reign spread rapidly. From the Caribbean to the American colonies, his fleet preyed upon merchant ships, blockaded ports, and seized fortunes. His reputation often defeated enemies before battle even began. When Blackbeard approached, surrender was often immediate, because those who resisted risked facing a figure who seemed less human than demon. His appearance was calculated for psychological warfare, burning fuses beneath his hat, multiple pistols strapped across his chest, swords, daggers, smoke, and fury. To terrified sailors, he looked like the devil himself. Yet despite his fearsome image, Blackbeard was often more strategic than bloodthirsty. He preferred intimidation over slaughter. A ship surrendered intact was more profitable than one destroyed. In 1718, Blackbeard executed one of his boldest acts: the blockade of Charleston, South Carolina. For nearly a week, Blackbeard's fleet paralyzed one of the colony's most important ports. Ships were captured, citizens panicked, trade halted. He even held prominent hostages for ransom. This act sent shockwaves throughout the colonies. No pirate had ever demonstrated such audacity. Blackbeard was no longer merely a criminal. He was a maritime warlord. His name became synonymous with lawless power. But fame always invites hunters. As Blackbeard's legend grew, so did political pressure to destroy him. Piracy threatened trade, imperial authority, and economic stability. Governors and naval commanders sought to eliminate him. For a brief time, Blackbeard accepted a royal pardon and attempted retirement in North Carolina. The piracy was not easily abandoned. He soon returned to the seas. Whether by necessity, greed, or addiction to power, Blackbeard resumed his criminal empire. This sealed his fate. Virginia's governor, Alexander Spotswood, saw Blackbeard as both threat and opportunity. Without direct authority, Spotswood commissioned Lieutenant Robert Maynard of the Royal Navy to hunt him down. In November 1718, Maynard located Blackbeard near Ocracoke Island. The final confrontation was at hand. Blackbeard's ship was smaller than in his glory days, but his ferocity remained unmatched. As British forces approached, Blackbeard prepared for battle. No surrender, no retreat, only war.
The Battle of Ocracoke was savage. Maynard's forces initially suffered heavy casualties from Blackbeard's cannons, but Maynard employed deception. He hid much of his crew below deck, making his ship appear crippled. Believing victory near, Blackbeard boarded. It was a trap. British sailors surged upward. A brutal hand-to-hand battle erupted. Swords clashed, pistols fired, smoke engulfed the deck. Blackbeard fought like a man possessed. According to reports, he sustained multiple gunshot wounds and over 20 sword cuts before finally falling. Even in death, his legend only deepened. His severed head was hung from Maynard's ship as proof of victory. Stories spread that his headless body swam around the ship. Myth fused with reality. Blackbeard was dead, but Edward Teach had become immortal. Blackbeard's reign lasted only a few years, yet his impact was eternal. He became the definitive pirate archetype, the Blackbeard, the burning fuse, the terror, the lawless king of the sea. Though many pirates amassed greater fortunes, few matched Blackbeard's mastery of fear and image. He understood branding centuries before modern empires. His persona transformed him from man into myth. Books, films, and folklore continue to preserve his legend. To this day, Blackbeard remains history's most famous pirate, not merely because he stole, but because he ruled imaginations. He was chaos on the ocean, a living nightmare for empires, a rebel against the world's greatest powers. And though his body fell at Ocracoke, Blackbeard never truly died, because legends do not sink. They sail forever.
Immortal ruler of pirate history.